We met back in 1990 after I came back from London, and we met at a dinner party, a friend's dinner party, and we just clicked pretty much straight away. And he's older than I am. He's about 12 years older than me, and he was divorced. No, I don't think so somehow. He was divorced, I think, or close to being divorced at that stage. He'd been separated for some time. And he had 2 kids at the time, and they were with his wife or living on their own, I think, one of them. But yeah, so we met and been together since.
Yeah, right. And so his children are a lot older.
Yeah, they are.
When you got together, they were
we've
18s.
Yeah, they were just sort of 18 and 20, and so they were very happy about him being with me, and we see them, irregularly. His son, we haven't seen for a while, but that's.
It happens when families.
It happens. It does.
Course,
yeah, it's all part of it. But no, he is a terrific bloke, incredibly supportive. He worked for Qantas as a senior executive with Qantas for a long, long time, and then ran his own business after he finished with Qantas for a while. And then when we came here, he kind of then basically, had a full-time job supporting me.
Yeah.
And he's been incredibly supportive.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
He's a great partner, and I think one of the things I spend a lot of time, a significant amount of time these days too, talking to women about, is about their partners.
Yeah.
And I love the Sheryl Sandberg line, which is make your partner a real partner.
Totally.
And I think that I'm sort of thinking about writing and doing some more on that issue, because I think partners are incredibly important.
It is so important. I
mean, partners even in your work, like where you guys work together, but I think partners, particularly personal, I've watched some very sad situations where, husbands of women, partners of women, have not been the partner they should have been, and make it much tougher than needed to be.
Yeah, and I think it's so, because I've got a young family with my partner who's extreme. I say he's even more of a feminist than me, which
Good.
I love.
Yeah, it's great.
It's never. I just wouldn't stand for it not being a partnership in the home, as he would neither, thank God. But it's like, because I'm not in a position to work full time, as I'm,
sure.
Huge.
Yeah, you're not that huge by a long shot.
But it's like he works, he gets home, but it's like we still got to run this as a partnership.
Yeah.
It's not my job.
That's it.
To do all. I don't want to.
No.
Clean your toilet bowl, do it yourself.
It's not that complicated.
No, it's not. And I think it's still, a couple of my my friends who are married have more traditional roles, and I look at that and I think it's just not healthy. It's not healthy for children to grow up either going, this is the typical role.
No, and I think what I've had a few women say to me is, how do I have the conversation, and I said maybe at the beginning would be a good place.
At the beginning, yeah.
And because I suppose what I also have seen over time, of course, is the whole family violence issue, which is just, in there is the piece about violence towards women, which is just terrible. I've been a strong advocate, for a long, long time about how to support women in those situations and how do women get out of those situations. Yeah. And I think it's not the same, but there's a piece about, males having to recognise that the world's changed. And they need to be part of it. I mean, John has this lovely line that says, I love to be kept in the style at which I become accustomed, and so he happily is supportive. I mean, he doesn't clean. We hired someone to do that because
it's a relationship saver.
It
so
is.
I'm like, even if we have no money to feed our family, we're having a cleaner.
That's it. And it does. And the number of people I know who don't, I'll go, for heaven's sakes, get over it,
It sounds like a luxury, but it's not. It's a relationship saver.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And, you give up a dinner or so to go and pay someone to come or 2 dinners, it's important.
It's a necessity.
And I think, so it is, I couldn't agree more. From the minute we got together, that was it. We were having a cleaner.
Do you know what? When we first moved in together, we were having problems, and I'm not kidding you, the cleaner fixed it all. Because it would drive me nuts, because our standards of cleanliness are different. And as soon as we got in the cleaner, I'm like, oh my God, we really enjoy being together now.
It's a very interesting issue. I think that whole partnership stuff is really important, because one of the things I do watch is senior women. Is many of them have great partners. You know, I mean, I guess I know people like Gail Kelly and Elizabeth Brouse, and Joan Kerner. Many of them have great partners, and I think it's a really important part, and so it's it's something that I've been very lucky to have John And you know, because he's older, during the bushfires, lots of people would talk to him. During the police, lots of blokes would talk to him, you know, about things. And then they all knew he was going to tell me, but it made them feel okay. And so I think it's just, you know, and they have your back. And sometimes, you know, I wish they were kind of a little more distant, so they'd kind of go, no, you really shouldn't have done that, Christine. You know, sometimes, you know, they're always on your side. So, when you're not always right, actually. So it's an interesting, but, you know, you could be worse problems to have.
Oh, definitely.
So he's a great partner, and, you know, as we, you know, progress through the next sort of phases of life, I'm very lucky.